Let's go. See some stakes in the chat. Where are you guys at? Where are all the glitches? Welcome, everyone. Today we have an excellent edition. And the reason why I think it's an excellent edition is because we haven't had anyone that's been able to have quite an impact on LinkedIn as Albert has. So I'm looking forward to having him on. I know you guys were asking about LinkedIn. LinkedIn is one of the greatest spaces to grow your agency on, and it is one of the best stages and platforms for any agency owner to be able to network and get out there, shake hands with brand owners, with local businesses, whatever it is that you are working with. So today we are going to be talking to Albert. He has managed a crazy amount of money on LinkedIn, and he's one of the biggest spenders in all of Europe. He runs an agency. His agency specifically deals with LinkedIn ads. That is what he does. What I want to talk about today with him, though, is he does have a lot of sauce for organic, as he also does for paid ads. This is actually a podcast that we had recorded at Capital Club, but unfortunately all the video got lost. So we are redoing it today live for you guys here so that you can actually even bring the questions that you have for him. So if you guys have any questions along the way, feel free to drop those in there. If you guys can hear me all right, if you can see me all right, go ahead and drop a stake, drop an alien, drop a number 1 into the chat just so I can make sure that everything is working well. And then I will bring him onto the stage once I see some tasty ribeyes on there. Perfect. We got Exploring still connected. Marlon Caballero. We got Rajat, Miguel. All right. Thank you guys for coming out today. We will get this started. Without further ado, Albert.
Nice for having me.
Yeah, absolutely, my man. So let's just dive into it straight away. Let's give people what they came here for. But first off, I wanted them to hear a little bit about you, how you got started, kind of like your little intro into the entrepreneurial world.
Awesome. So, hi to everyone. For me, especially, I'm like 31 years old from Germany, living in Hamburg. And how the journey started for me, it was I worked in a big company, basically one of the biggest one for building machines in Germany. They make over like 5 billions in revenue. And I was there in the marketing side. And in big companies, you are just a little fish. So you cannot talk, you cannot make your own decisions. And after seeing, when I was texting on LinkedIn, this is 5 years backwards when I was on LinkedIn for this company, texting with potential like clients, I saw the potential that LinkedIn is really nice, not just for networking, but for getting clients. And then with this kind of stuff, they closed big deals. And then I was, okay, I'm not getting something from that. No commission, nothing. And then I quit. And then I started just to learn more about LinkedIn till the moment I've built my agency with my business partner. Now we have like 20 employees in Germany and like spending over 30 million on ad spend for clients. And for ourselves, like we generated 4.5 million on new clients just from our ad spend, around 600K we spent. We closed 4.5 million on LinkedIn in 2.5 years in B2B.
Wow. So you've spent over 30 million on ads so far.
Yeah, we manage this kind of budget for our clients. For ourselves, we just spent in 2.5 years 600K on ad spend, and with this we closed 4.5 million.
Love that. Very cool. I like that a lot, my man. So that's a little bit into insight into you, into who you are. Now let's dive a little bit into LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is a world that I feel like a lot of people are kind of scared of too. They're like, oh, it's this place where everyone goes to with suit and ties. You have to be all professional. Um, and I think one of the only people that has kind of like broken that stereotype a little bit is maybe Hormozy, because he just posts like the same stuff where he's in his wife beater, and he still does really well on there. Um, so let's just break some of those stigmatizations that people have, or those ideas that people have about LinkedIn. What business do you think is good for LinkedIn? Like, who do you think should be on LinkedIn?
Like what I can say, like 4 years ago, it was like this, suit and tie, but now it's completely different. And on LinkedIn, if you are an agency owner, if you have a SaaS product or SaaS business, if you have consultation, if you do consulting, or even if you have like big projects on a property manager, real estate, LinkedIn is the way to go where you can find really nice clients.
I love that. So pretty much anyone that's in business.
Yeah, like for some industries, I wouldn't recommend it. Like if you have something military machines, LinkedIn is not the way to go. But especially in this group, we are for everyone 100%. It's qualified as a platform where you can find good clients.
I love that. All right, guys. So we're going to dive a little bit into organic LinkedIn, because as I mentioned, he has an incredible amount of knowledge in paid ads for LinkedIn, but I also wanted you guys to get some of the sauce that he has with organic as well. So we're going to dive into the organic section of the questions. And if you guys have any questions to do with organic LinkedIn, with how to generate leads, with how to generate clients via LinkedIn, um, feel free to drop those along the way. I will make sure to address every single one of those. But while diving into LinkedIn, I know that you have a very specific strategy with cold messaging people and sending people cold messages. Do you want to give me kind of like a little intro into that?
Yeah. So for everyone who is on LinkedIn or who wants to think about to move to LinkedIn and find new clients, firstly, we have always to look on the foundation side. Like when we build a building, you have a strong foundation, and that's actually if you use Dripify.io, it's a software. It's like 49 bucks. You can use it to build workflows, and then, for example, go on LinkedIn, use the sales navigator, find your target groups, then you just copy the link on the sales navigator side, put it on Dripify.io, and then you work on the workflows. First, watch his profile. Go to this profile of my potential client, then send him this message. When he accept, send him this message, and then from there you should not send any more messages, and then it should be a dialogue where you can go into the talk with him and show interest on this person, because then you don't want to give the person the feeling that you're just a bot. That shouldn't be the case. But if you want to save a lot of time, you should start with Dripify.io to get the connections on your side, and then to move afterwards, where I have a script as well we are using to generate new clients. After this, I can send it to Zach, translate it to like from German to English, and then you can use it how you should ping pong strategies on LinkedIn to get these clients.
Yeah, so basically you're going into Sales Navigator, you're trying to find people that are your ideal clients. So let's say for the sake of the explanation, let's just do it for my agency.
Mhm.
We do SEO for e-commerce brands. So we look for e-commerce brands that are doing at least over 2 million a year in
Yeah.
revenue already. They're established brands, they're doing well, etc. So if we're looking for brands like that, we can go into Sales Navigator and then look for the owners or the CMOs or the or whatever or the COOs um, of those businesses. Then the sales navigator will then give us the profile, and so that we can message the owners of these businesses, correct?
Yeah, it's like, for
And
example, I don't know if I can present, so I
yeah,
have no
you can.
problem to show people what I mean exactly, so you can see it by yourself. And this is how it works. And then I can show you which software I'm using. It's not my software, actually. It would be nice if. And then it looks like this. For example, I did some research for one friend. If I can present, share screen.
Yeah, that works.
So you should be able to see it. For example, if I want to move to the Sales Navigator on LinkedIn, then I did a research for one good friend, and he was like, hey, I'm selling coaching to agencies. And then what I did is you use the Sales Navigator. It's like 74 to 75 bucks per month you have to pay on LinkedIn. And then you can do all this filter options where you can say, okay, I'm looking for the position. Then you can see in which area you want these people. But what I like to work with is with the words where you can put it in the search button. So I'm using it like this. I want to have the target agency or SEO or Google or website. And that's actually the keywords I'm searching in their profiles. I'm not just looking their positions, because sometimes people actually are not naming their positions, but
Yeah.
on their profile side. And that's how I get. And if you see like the potential for this good friend, he has like over 500,000 potential clients, specifically this clients he's looking for, because only clients who are in business since 2 years to 3 years, you can filter that all. And then what you do, you can go here, copy this link, zack, and then you go on Dripify on this software, so everyone can notice it's like dripify.io. Then you have this software, and then you actually can go to campaigns, and then you can start the process like, okay, I want to create a new campaign, add leads. Then I go put here the link on Dripify. Then the software creates me a link. Like you can see, okay, right now maximum per campaign is 2,475 people. I want to put them all into the list. You create the list. So you see how easy it is. Then you go to the next steps, and then you can build the sequence. Okay, I want to do lead generation, select the templates. Then you have this workflow, and from there, you work the strategic narrative like, okay, I sent him an invite. Then he goes to the profile. Then I wait 1 hour, I wait 6 hours, I wait 1 day. Then he gets my next message. And after this, if the potential client receives 2 messages, all automatically without you investing the time, just because of the software, then you should start ping-ponging with some strategies how to get clients on LinkedIn. Because if you talk with business owners, their precious time is not to waste. So you have to know exactly what questions to ask so they can basically answer it really quick with no lot of thinking. And that's how it works with organic. And also, if you do it like this, if your profile looks shitty, I have to say it, if you have no like connections on LinkedIn, you never post something, then you will not get a good rate of acceptance, because when you do it like this, 35 to 40% people will accept your invites, and you only can, like for your information, you only can put 20 potential people to connect with them every day. So in the week, it's 100 people you can connect with the software. because it's limited on LinkedIn. Otherwise, you can get banned. And then you put like 100 invites every week, and then with 35 to 40% acceptance rate, you can then start seeing how much potential, how much messages you send, and then from there you will get some numbers, some good calls, because they're all business owners, and then you can move from there, can do discovery calls, can do your appointments, and then win a new client. And that's pretty easy, and there's no reason or no argument to say, okay, I don't have the time to send the messages, because here's the software, you can do it with that.
Yeah. And one of the questions that New Trend was asking is, they said, do you have any examples of good profiles? Or I would even say, what do you think would be, maybe not an example, but like, what would you say is a good way to set up your profile? Like, what do you mean by that?
Just as we say, leading by example. So I can show you for my business partner and mine, and our like profiles of our employees, so you can have a feeling how it should look and how you can actually work with it. So just to move on, you can tell me if you see my screen or not.
Not yet.
Okay, share screen again.
Yeah, there we go.
For example, like if you go my profile, you can see actually what I'm doing. So LinkedIn ads for B2B companies, then the CEO of InnoOne. If you want more sales qualified leads for your B2B services, then you can connect with me. And then you see in the info side where I put some strategic sentences so people can get the awareness, okay, what I'm actually offering. And then I have my posts here. Then it structures, okay, where did I work? And then I have like some skill sets from people that said, okay, Albert has the skill set. And I have as well recommendations of people I work with on my LinkedIn profile. And then my business partner, for example, he's the face on our ads, because I'm not the person who wants to talk all the day on camera. And then he puts it like this, a good header, because people watching him a lot. And you can see, okay, good header, what he's actually doing. He's focused on LinkedIn ads and demand generation, working for, especially for SaaS, tech, and finance. Then you can see good posts of him. And this is the way with the info as well. And then he also mentioned his top skills. And that's how you should build it. And then if you see like on the side of what we are posting, you can see immediately if we post something. This is, for example, an expert post where we say to our potential clients who we have in his profile, we said, for example, we work with a e-commerce company, and some strategies how we actually, from 400 euros that we spent for one lead, how we could reduce it to 60 euros. And then we explain how it works. Like, you don't have to waste a lot of money on LinkedIn. So you see only 16 likes. And when Maurice posts something that triggers people, that is not expert talk, it's like this, where he triggers people, then you can see immediately more engagement. And this is the combination you should work. Post something that you like on the personal side to show your personality, then post something on your expertise side, why people should listen to you, and then you post again something that triggers people. In this combination, you get a lot of engagement. And with some of his posts, for example, we got like free organic reach of traffic, like maybe 100K impressions of people watching and seeing his posts without paid advertisement, just because of posting. And like if you see, if I go to not just showing our profile, but if we go and watch profiles of our employees, for example, our head of marketing, who wins as well a lot of clients on LinkedIn, it's the same. Like, okay, I'm the LinkedIn certified marketing expert, head of marketing of InnoOne, and then you can see it as well. Personal posts, content is king, some expert posts, and this is the narrative you should follow. Post something personal, post something about your expertise, post something with clients coming to us, and this is how it works. Then when we were in Dubai, when we did our strategic meeting with the core team, when she got the certified, so people see, okay, she's really a LinkedIn expert. And this is how you should structure it. You can see this, the engagement is nice. And if you follow her, you can see as well how many impressions she gets. And she basically closed over 100K just in 3 months, only with LinkedIn, to post something and then Dripify texting people, and then people saw all her postings, and then we won new clients, and as well a big client as well.
I love that. That's cool.
And that's the magic of organic. And for example, if you, I don't know what people are, if I share something, people are always exaggerating or adding extra on LinkedIn profile. Yeah, you shouldn't do a lot of editing, but it should look like personal. So that's how you can
That's
grow
with
organically.
that's pretty much with any social media though. People generally exaggerate about things, but you can be legitimate and you can still kind of show that. But we have a question right here from Miguel. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
He says, "Do you think LinkedIn is an effective platform for targeting niche markets like construction and solar companies? Why and why not? Why or why not?"
Yeah, like for construction sites, you have solar companies as well on LinkedIn, but not too many. So the target group is not big enough. Like if you want to do LinkedIn ads, solar companies, there is no possible way to target them because it's too, like there's not too much people on LinkedIn. So you need over 10,000 people in the targeting side. So actually you can target them on LinkedIn. The niche is too slow, but if you go on the construction side, there are a lot of people in the construction business on LinkedIn where you can target them. So effectively as well, like through LinkedIn ads or even through organic, to text them, to post specific posts based on the niche. So it's really nice and it works. And even for real estate, like on LinkedIn, there's a lot of real estate people as well. In the niche, you can target them. But in solar companies, even if you do your own research on the sales navigator side, you will see, for especially in Europe, there's not a lot of people of solar companies. Owner.
So if you're looking, for example, so we went into Sales Navigator, we found the
Mhm.
people that we were looking for, whoever that target audience was, and then we took them to Dripify. What's kind of like an example? You said that you had kind of a document that you're going to translate for us, but what's kind of like the flow that you take for those messages? Is it just like something super simple at the beginning, like "Hello, how are you?" Or what is the process that you kind of take them through when you send out those messages to them?
Yeah, like for example, if you do the structure with Dripify, the first message, it should always be easy, like nothing crazy. It's like some people are afraid to do basic things. So it's like, hey, for example, hey, Zach, I saw you are the owner of agency. Dot, 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 dot. Hey, this is nice. Or hey, Albert, I saw you are agency owner of Inno. And then I'm as well in this niche where I want to connect with people in this niche. So it would be nice to connect and actually to move forward if I can be a help of something. it would be nice to connect. Easy. So nothing special. Then in the second side, when you send a second message, it's not like you have to send something. Oh, thank you for the connection. I'm looking forward. Now you are on my network. Don't do it. It's creepy. Like it's not working anymore. So what you should do actually is something that you can multiply, but sounds not too body, how to say it, not like together personality. And how we do it is, for example, we look in our niche, what's the most effective pains we can handle. So we can have some solutions. And we say, hey, nice that we connect. So basically, I will post a lot of postings about this and this and this problem, how to solve it. So you will get a nice understanding what I'm actually providing.
Hmm.
Done.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the things that we do, and you can kind of give your feedback on this or see what you think about it, is one of the things that we do is when we're doing LinkedIn, and one of the questions by Juan Pablo is if you can actually target e-com brands. And yes,
Yeah.
we actually did a live with someone, I think 2 weeks ago or so, that grew a 8-figure agency email marketing just from LinkedIn only. And just posting on LinkedIn. They didn't even use sales nav. So it's very possible. There's a lot of clients on there. And then I do the same thing for my agency as well. But the thing that we do is we'll send out the connections. We don't do it through Dripify. We've done everything manually, but we're definitely going to be using Dripify now. We do everything manually, but the way that we did it is when we send out connections to people and then they accept, we will send them a message that says that we've made a Loom audit for them. And we'll say, like, hey, Albert, I made a Loom audit for your business because we do SEO. So we can do audits of their website because their website's on their profile. So we say, hey, we did a Loom audit of your e-commerce brand, Baba Ganoush, whatever it is. And we went through the whole entire thing, and we have some things that we would like to show you from the audit side. And then that's kind of how we start off. And then they're like, yes, we want the audit. And then we send them over the audit. If they don't say anything, then we don't ever have to make an audit for them, and nothing ever happened. No problem. But that's one of the ways that we start out in messages with e-commerce brands specifically. What do you think about that
Yeah.
specific approach to it?
It's nice. It works. Like I can show you from myself and for my business partner, if we target like what we do for big SaaS companies, we have Crunchbase. If you know this, it's a
Hmm.
software where I can see who got the Series B, Series C, who has a lot of money from investors. What we do actually then, we use Dripify just to send the connect request. When they accept, then we text by ourselves, like we say, hey, for example, Peter, you are the head of marketing, the CMO from this and this company. Actually, I did some Loom video where I analyze your LinkedIn advertisements, so I can give you a quick hint what you can optimize, and you will just get more leads and more revenue. Drop me a yes, then you get the Loom video. It works. If you
Yeah.
want to have specific, but if you are on the scale and you just have not much time because you are still uh, hustling, you don't have a big team, then you
Yeah.
just should focus on not individually. So you just put the Dripify on the one text, hey, blah, blah, blah. I saw you are this CEO or head of marketing of company XYZ. So you can put the company name in it, then they accept, then you have something, okay, I will post in this timeline a lot of strategies, how people in your niche can solve problem XYZ. So nice to meet you. And then you start ping-ponging because people will then say, okay, I'm looking forward of your posts. That's how I get their good feeling vibe. It's like I'm not
Hmm.
pitching something, I'm saying, hey, nice that we are connected. Now you see in the next few months through my postings what I'm actually providing in this niche so I can help people in this category. Then you wait 5 days, you put it on Dripify, and then the ping pong strategy starts. So I can handle it. In Germany, it's like, for example, if someone then texted us on LinkedIn, just example from our company, it's like, hey, nice, Albert. I'm looking forward to hear more about how you win big clients on LinkedIn. I'm looking forward for your post. Then I wait 5 days, and then I start the ping pong strategy. Then I will start, hey, Peter, it's again Albert. I just wanted to send you one post. This is one post. It's specifically on why people are not able to close big deals without having a lot of long sales cycles. Go and watch it, and then I will then ping pong. I will start, okay, do you have as well sales cycles longer than 6 months? Yes. It's easy question, easy answer. Okay, yes. The way you do your sales call, do you have like structures, setter, closer, or is it just all in one? No, it's all in one. And you see, then it starts how I move them through the process. And then I say, if I see it in one point, I have them, then I can say, hey, let's just talk 50 minutes. Here's my phone number, or send me your phone number. So I sent my phone number before, so they are relaxed. Then they see, okay, he's easygoing, so he doesn't want just my phone number. Okay, I sent my phone number as well. And then we have a call, 50 minutes. I ask some discovery questions, and then we can see exactly, can I help him or not? Where is he? Where is the strategy? What are their goals? Yeah, and basically this is how it works on organic side. But I have to mention it, you have to have a nice profile. Like if your profile is only 5 followers, nothing on it.
Yeah, you got to grow up for sure first.
Yeah, it's like, why? Why should I even consider it? Because there is no believability, like people don't trust. That's what you should first build, the foundation.
Yeah. Tesos asks, he wants to target more mortgage brokers. Is it worth focusing on mortgage brokers on LinkedIn?
So, like, just have. Okay, mortgage brokers, I just had to look it up because English is not my mother language. So now I understand what it is. So from this kind, like in finance side, I don't have examples for mortgage brokers to find it on LinkedIn who are big, because what I know exactly, there is like fintech companies, fintech having big companies selling fintech services, but on the mortgage side, big mortgage company, like what I can say on my experience, big insurance companies or something to do with finance, it's not the best targeting groups on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I think it'll depend, because you'll find a lot of individuals that work in that. So I wouldn't say it's, especially if you're looking in the US. Like I just did a quick search of mortgage brokers and mortgage consultants, and there's quite a lot of people that came up. Well, obviously it shows people in my area, but in my area alone, it's showing me like 100 pages of people.
Do you think it's
so there definitely probably is an opportunity for that. But yeah, you could certainly test doing some cold options with that, because then you don't have anything to lose with these cold techniques. Miguel has another question too. He says, are there any recent trends or innovations in LinkedIn advertising that could particularly benefit companies in construction?
Like LinkedIn's innovation, there's not right now, no, there's not a lot of new things on LinkedIn, but what you should focus is working with videos, like to educate your potential clients. What is no longer working, if you are not known or you haven't have a big brand, and then you go on LinkedIn, start advertisement to your potential clients, then you should always consider to work with videos. So it's like demand generation. You have videos, you put like 4 to 5 sequences, you educate your market, and then you pitch with potential call, book a call with us. That's how you should work on LinkedIn side. And we are really close with LinkedIn, so we get a lot of insights, but actually there's some innovations for the construction field on LinkedIn.
And then his second follow-up was, beyond advertising, how do you think companies can leverage LinkedIn for building for long-term brand building and networking with their industry? Do you think that construction companies would be able to leverage that?
Yeah, like if you are firstly, you have to have a person who is committed. He's the face then of the company. So people will follow his leadership. So it's the same if you want to do it long term, it's okay, you have to have your postings tracked. So you post consistently on LinkedIn. Then you do the ads. Then you do the retargeting. So it's like everything you target on the construction field, you build some strategies for the retargeting side, and then you can see people, okay, in my network, you can send as well your ads to them. You can send the post to them. And in this field, to build your ecosystem, it's everything like posting on LinkedIn, commenting, construction businesses, like you see if in the like for example for Miguel, if you go on LinkedIn, you see construction company XYZ posted something, then it's your job as the personal brand to comment under his post. Then he sees, this guy again, crazy. I see his ads, I see his postings, now he's commenting our stuff. Let's give him a try. And this is how we won big clients, like spending millions on LinkedIn. And it's not like I'm 10,000 years in the market. So we are only 3.5 years in the market on LinkedIn, dominating the field, just because we are doing this kind of stuff.
Now, jumping into kind of the advertising, since we covered organic and answered some of those questions, I want to jump into advertising a little bit as well. Walk me through what that process looks with a client, and then kind of the key things you have to learn about or understand about LinkedIn advertising.
Yeah, like for LinkedIn, if you do advertisements, the most important thing is like you have to have 3 strategies, like 3 marketing concepts. For example, if you know the pain points of your customers, then we have to build messages who explains this kind of situations of your potential clients. It's always like this. Marketing is nothing new. If you read books like Breakthrough Advertising, I can recommend, or other marketing books, it's always the same concept. If your people, your niche, if you know your target group, you know their pain points, then we can do some nice strategies. If you don't know it, then we have to find out through ads, through split tests, what is actually their pain points. But just for this test, if we want to move on to show you example of our clients, how we do it, we can go through it. I have no problem to share it.
Yeah, let's walk through kind of like the framework that you go through with someone.
Yeah. So
We can even take me as an example. Say, for example, you're taking my agency, you're going to start with me from zero. Once again, we're looking for e-commerce brands that are doing more than 2 million a year, and we do
yeah.
SEO for them. So how would you take my agency from never having advertised on LinkedIn before? I have a profile on LinkedIn, I have some followers on there. We post content on there regularly, so none of that organic stuff needs to be added on. Just literally going into like, hey, these are the creatives we need to make, this is how we should structure ads, this is the strategy we take.
Yeah, like I would do the example on you, but I think for ecom, I have no problem just to go through Carl. You know him,
Yeah,
like where we structured this, if it's okay with you.
yeah, absolutely.
So let's go, and then I will share my. screen so you can see how we structured everything. And this is the same structure and strategy that everyone should follow if you do ads on LinkedIn. So share my screen. Why is it not sharing? Again. Share screen. Is it now
If you guys
working?
are still following along with us, no, I don't see it yet. Okay, yeah, now it shows up. If you guys
Okay.
are still following along with us, once again, feel free to ask any questions that you do along the way. But if you're still getting this, drop a 1 and drop a stake just so I can see that you guys are still active, that you can still hear us, that everything's going well. So I'm gonna wait for some of those stakes, gonna wait for some of those 1s until I share this screen because I see some sauce on that page. Oh wait, it disappeared.
Oh, again?
Yeah. Gotta try again. All right, we got some 1s and some stakes on there.
Nice.
Alrighty, let's pull this guy up. Perfect. Some of you guys know Carl. We've had him on probably about 4 months or so ago. But he does CRO, so conversion rate optimization for e-commerce brands. So still e-com, but specifically for a CRO agency. He only works with agencies that are, with brands that are doing over like 5 million or something like that.
Yeah, we're doing over 7 figures, and then he scales them to 8 figures with
Okay.
and how it works. Like when he started, like this is as well the video shot in our company that we did for Carl. And how it works is always like this. So just to narrow it down, firstly, if we start, just for example, if we start on cold audiences, then what we do firstly, we go inside and then we analyze, okay, Carl, he's really aware of what's the pain points of this target groups and he knows them really good. So then what we did, we firstly always go into it like this. We say, okay, first, cold audience receives our white paper. So we say, okay, this is the ultimate white paper for companies who wants to grow from 10 million to 25 million in 1 year. You can download it if you are interested. Transform a DC brand from to boost your net worth rapidly. So people will read it, say, okay, that's a nice hook. And then we split test this campaign firstly on cold audiences before we send them our video series. And then we see, okay. And as you can see, we change headlines. So we test different messages. And it's like, we are not God. We always have to test, and especially in marketing, where we say, okay, especially e-commerce guys. So this is all in German, but you will see it here in English as well. And then we explain, we see like what I should do in your side, Zach, is first white paper, lead gen, done. We have like 8 to 10 creatives. In this 8 to 10 creatives, we test 3 different messages, 3 different angles. And then if we have the winner, we scale the lead gen formula with the white paper. And then we put our video series. The videos explains, for example, in the first video, it's broad. So you explain mostly the real situation of the potential clients. For example, for us, just to give you an example, right now we are targeting SMOs from companies 500 employees till 3,000 employees. We target the CMO. Then what we say in our video series is, hey, if you are SMO and you experience your CEO, your head of sales always are coming to your neck, giving you pressure, saying you have to put more leads into our funnel, but your leads are actually not from good quality. your leads are too expensive. Please reduce the lead costs. If this is familiar, the situation, you are not alone. Actually, a lot of SMOs are getting through this process. So right now, your biggest problem is you're focusing on the wrong thing. Your perspective should be not on this amount of leads you're generating, but the quality of the leads. So what we do, we educate the SMO who was watching our video, and then this is really crazy. It's really nice. Then we can say with the LinkedIn algorithm, everyone we target who is watching our video on the length of 80%, only this person, only this one who is watching my video to this length, he will just get the second video in the retargeting side. And that's how we can make sure we can select our niche to get only these leads that are ready to buy. They went through the funnel. They understand what actually we are providing. And that's how we work all the time. So it's white paper combination where we see the winning message. Then we have our video series. We test different angles and not only one, but you can see it's a lot of things we are testing in different sites. And that's how it works. And then we say exactly, okay, this video, and it's not long, always like 1 minute, and it's on an interview format where we say, okay, are you ready to take your brand to new insights, learn now how to develop customized strategies that optimize area spec? And then Carl in this video explains how actually he's working, what he's doing. Okay, we have to do this and this and this. And now the people consume it in this niche and say, okay, that's nice. And then we do have as well testimonials so people believe it. And that's how you should frame it.
And when you have people that are interested, how does that process go? Like, are they able to send you a message, or what is it?
No, they put the lead formula on LinkedIn. So they are put their company name, phone number, employees, how many employees do they have, and 2 to 3 custom questions that you want to get from them. And that's how it works. And even for us, because I'm always one person who likes to show it, that what I preach, we are actually doing for ourselves. That's why our clients believe us, because it's like, oh, you're doing it for you as well like this. Yeah, I wouldn't do it if it's not working. And it's the same thing. And now in this side, you will get a better understanding. So if you see it for our company, you can see my business partner, Maurice, who is the face. And this is the same strategy. Here we are saying it's in German. We are targeting German and Europe, but this is in German. We are saying leads are not paying your bills. This is the hook. When people see and this is especially one video for CMOs that we are targeting. Then the hooks goes away. The focus is on Maurice. And then we say, okay, let's focus on getting actually more pipeline with qualified leads. Then they consume this video, like 43% length, they consume it 50%. Then we know, okay, we have the CMOs that are really consuming this. So actually they having this problem. Otherwise, they will not waste their time watching the video. Then we say, okay, video 1, then they get video number 2, because we have different series of videos. So you see, we are not working only with one. And then we say, okay, video number 2, why LinkedIn ads is not working for you? Then the CMO sees, okay, he talked about the strategy. It's good. Actually, he's right. Then he talks why LinkedIn is not working for me. Okay, now I understand. Ah, shit, I did this and this and this wrong. Okay, I optimize it. Crazy, I get results, right? But now, actually, what is happening if I work with one? Ah, okay, nice. And then in the third touch point, they get the same as I said to you, Zach. What we do is only lead gen, no videos, where we show them the talk. Like, is okay, we talked about this and this process. So if you want to hop on a call and to focus on our narrative, not a lot of leads, but just a small amount of leads brings you big clients and big budgets. And that's what we did here on our white paper. It's like, and it works really nice. It's like, okay, a lot of leads, but just 3 clients. I know this as a CMO. It's painful. I don't like it. But this strategy, I just have not more leads, less leads, more clients. How does it work? Yeah, for SaaS and tech companies, profit growth, download it. And this is how we work through it. And then we knowing our niche, then we say, okay, the new marketing is revenue marketing. Don't focus on leads, focus on revenue. And then we are explaining our clients, we educate them, we like really nicely. So every time they hop on a call with us, it's like, hey, Maurice told us this and this. Nice. And that's actually a really nice point, because your sales professionals or your sales reps now have people that are on the same level as you guys. You don't have to over-explain them why LinkedIn is the way to go. They bought the expertise from the person who was committed doing the video series. So they are buying your expertise subconsciously, because they're saying, he talked about my problem, he talked about my situations. How can this guy or anyone know especially every move they are doing? It's me. They're talking about me. That's crazy. And that's what I would always focus on. Know your niche really good. And you can master this craft if you do not just videos, but if you do this white paper. So in exchange for phone number, they can download some white paper where you explain your process, and then you know exactly, is my targeting group. For example, in the construction field, I would target construction companies and see if the white paper goes on. I know exactly, okay, they are interested in my product, in my offer, and for example, I know the message is working, and then I can like really nicely explain it through the video series. And this is how we are getting like really nice clients on LinkedIn for our agency and for our clients as well.
And so obviously this is very similar to the strategy on other platforms as well. And I have the same exact question. What are the benefits of using LinkedIn ads over Meta or anywhere else?
We can. Yeah, I don't know how to say the name. Eugenio? Eugenio. Good question, Eugenio. So the main difference on Meta to LinkedIn is LinkedIn, the specific targeting, what's on LinkedIn side, there's no better platform with this specific targeting. So you can really narrow it down. You can go and say, I want the CEO of company XYZ. You can target him. On Meta, you cannot say, I want to target this and this company. So it's like, I have to target through interests. I have to target maybe on Facebook pages, but on LinkedIn, you can really go and say, I want to target, for example, the SMO from company XYZ. I want to target all peoples that are SMOs from companies with 300 employees. No possible way to do it on Meta. And I know Meta as well.
Awesome. And then we have another question here. Have you had people working from your profile using your name and then giving them commission for the clients you close because of the meetings they set?
If you had people working from your profile using your name.
So basically like an appointment setter doing the work for you on your profile.
Yeah, you can do it like for clients. Clients have it as well. Like actually they're not doing it by themselves, but that's another strategy. if you want to give it away to someone else who is using your profile, then we use the software Buzz. In Buzz, what you actually can do is you film yourself, you record yourself 2 minutes, then you send one video where you say, "Hi, I was viewing your profile XYZ. I saw this and this." Then they see, okay, nice. He actually took the time to view my profile. No one is doing it on LinkedIn. Okay, I believe him. I accept him. And then when you do another video where you say, "Hey, after you're getting the communication, he wants to have a talk with you." What we then do is we have another video where I, for example, say, "Hi, it's Albert. Hey, I just saw that you are wanting to have a call with me. Is it possible that you can talk with one of my sales reps, because in this week I'm completely full? I understand if not, but it would be nice to not waste time." And this is how I make sure that I don't have to do the sales call by myself. And if you have a guy who is texting from your profile and you're giving them commission when they get you leads, you have to do it for yourself, because I would not put someone on my profile, only someone who works for my company, who is my employee. Then I will give him the access to my profile. But if you are looking for some guys in Philippines or I don't know where who can be your assistant and then doing it, then you just have to ask yourself if you want to do it.
So his follow-up question was, so I guess CPL is higher, but conversion is better.
Yeah, definitely. Like the CPL is higher. For example, e-com brands who are making 7 figures. For one customer, for example, if you want to look at this way, you will pay maybe 600 to 700 per lead. Cost per click is around 6 to 7 euros on LinkedIn. And then if you want just to see where you can go, or the click-through rates are not too much on LinkedIn side, but yeah, you will pay more, but the quality is completely different. Like if someone comes from there, it's really nice that you will close them. So that's why I would focus going on LinkedIn, because it's better for the quality and you don't need a lot of leads or a lot of calls like on Meta, where you have to qualify a lot of people, and then you will lose a lot of time. That's why I would go on LinkedIn, pay more, but the quality is nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I'd agree with that as well. Quality of the people and responses are much better. I feel like people on Meta are used to just like clicking on ads and you'll get a ton of terrible leads through there, but people aren't really interested in committing to anything on LinkedIn unless it's legit or unless they're actually going to go through with it. Um,
And
but yes,
just,
you should definitely put some content up there before running ads, because you want like Albert was saying, is you want to have a presence already on LinkedIn so that people see that you're legit.
yeah,
Um,
100%, 100%. And just to say, we have to look at the difference for these questions, like on the CPL side, like CPL 500, 600 to 700 euros for big brands. But if you look on the side for just a lead gen formula for white paper lead, on LinkedIn, you just pay 40 to 60 euros if you do it right, or dollars, to get the customer to download your lead magnet. And
yeah,
then you can hop on a call. And what's really nice, from 10 white paper leads, from 10 downloads of your lead magnet, you can make 3 appointments, and the other ones you have to nourish through email marketing, to follow-up calls till they get ready. So you can use it this way as well. But if you want to win clients on LinkedIn, it's like 600, 700 euros per lead, cost per lead for a good client. And it's really worth it.
And so you're cold calling these people that download your lead forms or your white papers, or you're emailing
Again,
them? Are you
again,
calling or emailing the
yeah,
people that are downloading
like
your?
calling, like for everyone, just to give you another source, like I'm a guy who likes having all the process built because I'm coaching clients as well, how they can close more white paper leads if they don't have a lot of budgets for
Mhm.
LinkedIn ads, if they start small. We have big companies, we have smaller ones, and this is how it looks when I teach them the way how they should call the white paper leads, because you close a lot of good clients as well, only for white paper. And it looks like this, Zach. It's a process you should follow when you just work with lead gen. I don't know if you can see it here, if it opens up. So it's like this process, and it's always you get the white paper lead, then you wait 2 days, and after 2 days, you give them a call. And it works like this. You call the white paper lead. If he's not answering, you call him again. You call him again 3 times in a row. Then you wait. For example, you start at 10 in the morning calling this white paper lead. Then you wait. Then you wait till the afternoon, maybe 3 to 4 o'clock. Then you call this white paper lead again 3 times in a row. In 80%, they will call you back in the same day or the next day. When they're not calling you back, you do it again the next day. You do it like 7 days in a row. And if then no one is answering it, then the lead, you can just put him on email marketing. So they only get emails, no more calls from your sales guy, to not waste time. And this is how you really find good potential clients, closing them only through lead gen. And then you have to know, here I have it in German, but then you have exactly to know how you should do the appointments, because the leads, the white paper leads, will 80% say, hey, I got the white paper, but I just want to look around and the interest is not too high. Then you know exactly what to say to get the appointment with them. It's always working. And then you have this kind of people who are saying, yeah, I got the white paper, I downloaded it through your LinkedIn campaign, but actually I had not time to read it. Then if you're a good sales person, you're not going there to say, okay, then read it, I will give you a call. You do the appointment, and then we teach it how you should proceed to get the appointment. So everything is structured, and it's really good. It's worth to start with white paper if you don't have the capacity to work with videos. And even through white paper, I have clients who just closing like 15K, 16K only through white paper leads. And that's nice. That's why I would always consider LinkedIn, because I can firstly close bigger packages, and the quality of the people are nice, and the mindset is nice. They are there to do business. It's not like they are on Meta for lifestyle or seeing what other people are doing, but there is like, okay, business.
Makes sense. All right. Well, we are past that hour mark, Albert. I really appreciate the time and all the sauce today. It was a lot. For everyone that's inside of Capital Club, Albert is also a part of Capital Club. I met him where it was
In Spain.
in Spain. We met in Spain in the most recent one, so he's inside the chat as well. If you guys have any questions for him, he'll be in there. And then I'll try and get him into the agency domain too, so that you guys can chat with him. But that is all that we have for today. Thank you so much for your time, Albert. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, always. I'm here just to help, and go on LinkedIn, start. Every time you're not starting, it's like you're losing time, you're losing potential. And if anyone has questions, just hit me up. I'm willing to give it for free, like free information, because if it helps, it's nice. So let's continue the path for LinkedIn, making money and having good clients that are not a headache.
Exactly. I love it, my man. Appreciate you.
Awesome. Take care, everyone.
You too, my man. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming to this LinkedIn live. I know you guys were asking about LinkedIn. Wanted to bring you the two best people that I know for LinkedIn, not only for advertising, but also organic for content, for absolutely everything. If you missed the previous one, go watch that one as well. But that is all that we have for today. Once again, bring you the best information from people that I have certified, that I know for sure know exactly what they're talking about. I know for a fact that I'll be taking some of these things and even implementing in them in my LinkedIn strategy, just to change them up, to switch up how we're doing things, and to always test and continually try different things. I know that I bring people that tell you to do tons of different things, but the idea is just to start doing it, right? And if you have the big team, if you have the capacity, test as many of the things as you can, to see which ones work for you, to see which ones work for your agency. But the idea is to bring you things that work, that I know 100% that work. You just have to do them. It's not a lack of information that you have, it's a lack of action taking that you have. So I want to make sure that you have that information. Once again, if you have any other questions for me, feel free to drop those in the Discord, either inside the agency domain or inside of Capital Club. I'll be happy to answer those, or any of my social media platforms right here. But this will not be available for rewatching. If you're inside the agency domain, you can see it in there. If you have any other questions, once again, drop those. Many of you will watch, but very few of you will actually listen. Have a nice day.